How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Rangers Rundown. The series is tied 2-2, so the Rangers have now blown a 2-game series lead against the Lightning. We knew this wasn't going to be an easy series, and it definitely is not. It looks pretty grim right now. The wounds are fresh as the game has just ended. I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. But we'll see how well that goes. Strome would not play tonight. He was a scratch, so Rooney is in the lineup. And Hedl also did not play the last 26 minutes of the game, so that's great as well. But we get into the first period. This is the 100th game of the season for the Rangers. 100 games. These guys are tired, they are injured, and it's not a series until the home team loses. So far, the home team has not lost. We'll see if that pattern holds up in Game 5. See, right now, I'm expecting Tampa Bay to just run over the Rangers and win the next 2 games and win this series in 6. If the Rangers win on Thursday, I think this series goes to 7. If the home team wins every game, the Rangers will win the series. If Tampa Bay wins on Thursday, they will win in 6. Yeah. That's as positive as I can be right now. Third line had a couple of looks on the opening shift. 2 minutes in, Zibanejad has a pass to the front that bobbles out of the crease. Rooney has a shot during the next shift. 2:38, who else but the lug himself, Pat Maroon, scoring a very fluky goal. It was off a rebound, fluttered right over Shesterkin's glove. Just over 5 minutes in, the horn goes off. It was a premature horn, so play is stopped. Rangers trapped in the zone in the early parts of this period. 6:26, Reeves takes a tripping penalty. Shesterkin traps the puck under his pad, and that is reviewed. It was an awkward puck. It got in. He was able to trap it under his pads and then lay down. He was pushed into the net, but they review it. No goal. Obviously, you can't push the goalie's pads into the net. Rangers kill off the penalty. I really thought this game was going to be over super early, and it wasn't, to the Rangers' credit. Lindgren is stung by a blocked shot. He looked like he was hurting on the bench, but he would play the rest of the game. Halfway through, the Rangers have about 52 seconds of offensive zone time with 10 minutes into the game. So 10 minutes have been played in this game. The Rangers only have 52 seconds of offensive zone time. So, yep. 8 minutes left. Zibanejad fights off a Stamkos breakaway. Under 6 minutes left. That's the first line. Actually has a good shift. Probably the first good shift of the game for the Rangers. Because Tampa Bay is just forcing the Rangers to dump and chase, which doesn't work. Because Tampa Bay is going to also chase the puck that you dumped into the zone. And they're going to clear it out with relative ease. The Rangers would move away from the dump and chase in periods 2 and 3, which gave them a little bit more momentum, a little bit more offensive zone time. I mean, they had 34 shots in the game, which is pretty good, but Tampa Bay is just too good. Mott with a tip try with about 25 seconds left in the period. Shots 10-8 in favor of the Rangers. Very badly losing the possession battle. I think possession-wise, Tampa Bay was 2-1 in terms of actually possessing the puck, but the Rangers out shooting them. Stats. Kreider and Panarin switch lines to start the second period. Gallant doing a little blending of the lines just to try and get something going. Lafreniere has a good keep in early in the period, which leads to a good shot 30 seconds in. Rangers getting decent looks in the first part of this period, so period starts and the Rangers look like a completely different team. They're passing their way through the neutral zone. They're actually establishing in the offensive zone at least once per shift. They're not really dumping and chasing anymore because they quickly realized that wasn't going to work. 8 minutes in, Tampa Bay has a 2-on-1 that's broken up. Halfway through, the shots are 6-2 in favor of the Rangers, and their possession numbers are up. So you're thinking, okay, it's only 1-0. if they can somehow score in this second period, maybe push it to the third 1-1, they have a shot of stealing this game, a game that Tampa Bay should win, and they very clearly did. At 11:23, Hagel and Vetrano fight. Two guys you don't really expect to fight, and it wasn't the best fight I've ever seen, but Vetrano held his own. And then at 13:07, Kucherov scored a goal, and that seemed to be the nail in the coffin for the Rangers. You want to be optimistic as a fan, but just the way the game had been going up to that point, Rangers out-shooting Tampa Bay, trying to crack through the Tampa Bay defense, actually getting into the offensive zone. The second period was looking up, and that was just a freaking dagger into the heart. Trouba has a great shot with under 5 minutes left. Rangers keep pushing, about 40 seconds of offensive zone time towards the end of that second period. Zibanejad has a slap shot try, but we get to the end of the second period, and Tampa Bay is up 2-0. Shots 12-7 in favor of the Rangers in that second period. Way better. Hedl went to the locker room with about 6 minutes left in the period. He was hit into the boards pretty hard by Hedman, and he would stay out for the rest of the game. So the Rangers running pretty short of centermen. We get into the third period at 1:06. Kreider takes a tripping penalty. Mott has a shorthanded shot, and Lindgren has a tip try during that penalty kill. But at 4:56, Stamkos would score a goal off of a rebound. So 2 goals off of rebounds tonight, one on the breakaway. That went 5-hole, and Shesterkin is the worst goalie in the playoffs in terms of 5-hole goals. So there you go. Do with that what you will. 6:37, Sergachev takes an interference penalty and a slashing penalty. So he interferes with Ryan Reeves, pushes him down to the ice. You're not allowed to do that unless he has the puck. Reeves gets up, gives him a little slash on the leg. Sergachev turns around and tries to chop a tree down. So they both go for slashing, but Sergachev gets the extra for interference. So the Rangers get a power play. Hey, we need power plays in order to win, apparently. But at 7:33, Kreider says, we can't make it too easy, and he takes an interference penalty himself. 4-on-4 for about 1:04 seconds. Mott has a tip chance, and then Tampa Bay has a power play. They wouldn't score on it, however. 7 minutes left. Rangers pushing a little bit. Trouba has a slap shot. 16:08, Killorn takes a holding penalty. Rangers take a timeout, and Shesterkin is pulled, so it is 6-on-4 for this power play, and it only took Panarin 19 seconds to score at 16:27. So, silver lining, we've ruined Vasilevsky's shutout bid, so good for the Rangers. We'll take it. Shesterkin is pulled after that, but he has to go back in, and then he's pulled again. 19:51, Palat scores the empty net goal, so Tampa Bay ends up winning this game 4-1 quite handedly. To the Rangers' credit, they did make adjustments at the start of the second period that seemed to work, but it takes a lot to beat Vasilevsky. It takes a 6-on-4, apparently, to beat Vasilevsky. He doesn't give up a lot of rebounds. I think this was his best game of the series so far. He's only gotten better as we've gone through these 4 games. He's probably at his peak right now. The momentum is fully with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Rangers get home ice. Game 5, we'll see if that's enough. They haven't lost on home ice since Game 1 of the playoffs. We'll see if that matters. If the Rangers can win Game 5, then I think they take the series in 7. If the Rangers lose Game 5, then they'll lose in 6. I really think that's the only way this is going to work. I don't see Tampa winning in 7 unless they have some sort of huge game. Because if Tampa wins on Thursday, I really don't see the Rangers winning on Saturday in Tampa Bay to force a Game 7. So if the Rangers are going to win this series, they have to win Thursday. They're better on home ice, but if they don't have Strome and Hedl, 2 of their centermen, then Goudreau is the centerman on line 2, Kopp is the centerman on line 3, or maybe Kopp's the centerman on line 2, and then Goudreau's the centerman on line 3. Maybe they move Kakko up to the second line, and then maybe Hunt plays on the third line. I really don't know what this lineup is going to look like on Thursday. Hopefully, the upper body injury to Hedl is not terribly serious. Maybe Strome is recuperated enough to play on Thursday, and maybe it's the same exact lineup that we're familiar with, and we're worrying for nothing. But I guess time will tell. So shots 34-30 in favor of the Rangers. Face-offs 48.3%. Power play went 1 for 2. Hits 35-27 in favor of the Rangers. Blacks 10-16 in favor of the Lightning. The pre-game trivia question: who is the only Ranger with more than 12 career playoff power play goals? Chris Kreider has 12 currently. But the person who has 13 and leads the Rangers franchise in career playoff power play goals is Adam Graves. So if Kreider scores 2 more power play goals, he will have the Rangers franchise record for power play goals in a career. Wouldn't that be nice? Colorado sweeping the Oilers, their second sweep of the playoffs. So Colorado resting, recuperating, getting ready for a Stanley Cup final against one of these two teams. It's a best-of-3 series now, and 2 of those 3 games are at MSG. The Rangers have to win those 2 games. They should be able to if they're healthy and they play like they did in period 2 and part of period 3. I think fatigue is definitely a factor now. Shesterkin is easily the best player on the Rangers. He kept them in it for as much as he could. Shesterkin needs to continue standing on his head, and the Rangers need to figure out some way to get more possession, because Tampa Bay is killing them with puck possession right now. So they have tomorrow to figure it out, and we'll see what they can do on Thursday. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.